This video is gonna be based off of one of my very good clients. Her name is Jamie. I have tons of work on her, as you guys will see in the video. We've done full sleeves on her, started large front panel, back, ribs. I've done a lot of big pieces on her. This video is just gonna be basically just a little like show of finishing up a project that I started. Kind of showing like the importance of being consistent, like you guys as a client and me as a tattoo artist. She booked days back to back, and me normally I like to do 4 hours minimum is basically what I do on a daily basis. And I prefer not to try to reach over 6 hours, because when I do that, I tend to feel like I start to get tired and I don't want to get lazy. So she's a great role model in the sense that she understands the way that I work, and I understand the way that she handles tattoos, which she handles them great, but also understand like the communication that we have is key. And in the sense that I'm able to communicate with her and let her know, hey, I would recommend that we book 2 appointments back to back, or whatever the case may be, to be able to finish the project in a good, timely manner. So she was good with that. Like I said, she's one of my great clients. I tattoo her all the time. And we finished the project. I mean, I want to say it was a month at most. And that's just because of the wait time between booking a different appointment and whatnot. But we did 2 days back to back, a total of 3 days, not full days, but half days, which are 4 hours, and about 12 hours in this tattoo. I was able to move pretty fast on it, I would say, because of the fact that it was so large scale. So it's not small and micro that I have to like slow down to put some shades in. I can kind of move my machine relatively fast in certain areas, and also to take account for the amount of skin break that's in the tattoo. Skin break, for those of you who might not know, meaning like open skin, bare skin, areas where there might be light source, so we exaggerate that without putting any tones in whatsoever. It was a very fun project to do. I love doing statues, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. We both agreed on her using numbing cream so that she could bear this part. We didn't apply numbing cream to the first 2 sessions, and we figured it would be right to apply it on this particular area. And here we're just prepping the tattoo, getting all the oils off of the body, and I'm going to reapply the stencil in the areas that are open. Yeah, so here we go. And normally I'm not a fan of putting on numbing cream. I usually don't really allow my clients to do that because I feel like it does something to the skin. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it feels kind of rubbery in some sense, or it can. Personally, I feel like it could do something to the ink. I'm not completely sure what it is I don't like about it, but I'm not a big fan. So I typically try to stray away from having my clients use that. So a question I get asked a lot is how to reapply a stencil after already tattooing the tattoo. And really it's just about leaving the area blank that you leaving a start and a finish, knowing exactly where you started and where you finished for that stencil, and applying that stencil to basically leaving a perfect shape for that stencil, and making sure you save that stencil, making sure you know the correct size, always preparing for the future in that sense. The fun part. This is the part that I obviously love the most, and I always have trouble putting my stencils on. To be honest with you, reason being is that usually my stencils are very busy. I make them on the computer, so they have a lot of information on them, like you can see here, and in certain areas that the body is not flat, they tend to get really smeared real easy. So I usually have to do it multiple times, and yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful that here we are tattooing already. So in this area right here, I'm just blocking in the teeth. I didn't have that tattooed prior to this session, so I had to re-stencil the bottom teeth, and I'm just blocking it in so that I can get ready to black out this belly button, so that way um, I don't have to worry about reapplying those teeth again. I tend to have like a back and forth motion, kind of like a stroke, back and forth stroke. I pretty much layer everything that I do. I kind of treat black and gray kind of like color in the sense that I try to pack it as much as possible. Um, I'd be the first to tell you that I am pretty slow. I kind of, um, I wouldn't call it OCD, but I'm definitely my biggest critic and my biggest nitpicker. So it tends to slow me down a little bit because I try to get certain looks or certain shades in certain areas. And that's exactly why I like to break my sessions down into multiple sessions. It just helps me produce the best possible work that I possibly can without trying to rush a tattoo and then not be happy with it later. So I definitely think for me, uh, breaking things up into sessions is always best, and it's done me well with all my large projects. This is actually my first time blacking out a belly button, and I gotta be honest, it was pretty easy. The skin was real soft, and I ran my machine pretty low, and it was pretty easy to pack in. The only part I would say that I had difficulty in was the like bottom of the belly button, like the very inside. It kind of like shaped like a pillow. I'm not sure if everybody's belly button is shaped that way, but the inside of the belly button is kind of shaped like a pillow, and it's kind of hard to put the needle all the way into those like corners and edges. I did the best that I could, and I think that we might need to get a second session on just packing in black in that area. But overall, it was pretty easy to black out. Okay, well, we are all done with this piece. Um, we are gonna add more to the top, like underneath her boob. We're gonna do probably some filigree to kind of accent that shape and fill in the rest of the background. And there's still a little bit more that we need to do above the head, but for now, that's pretty much to completion until we decide to add to the rest of her stomach. I didn't do the lettering that's above that dog, or the mandala, or that darker lettering on the top on the rib that was done by a friend of mine, Lex. But all the other black and gray stuff, like the dog portraits, the women, I pretty much did all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and tune in for the next one.